Good afternoon, dear students. Now we have come to our fifth chapter, that is yoga. Yoga. In yoga, we have discussed about the meaning and importance of yoga, elements of yoga, introduction of asanas, pranayam, dhyan, and yogic kriyaएं, asanas related to meditation, Sukhasan, Tadasan, Padmasan, and Shanskarasan. Relaxation techniques to improve concentration, Yog Nindra, etc. So, before we proceeding to our next topic, first we discuss about the yoga. Meaning of yoga. Yoga is a word derived from Sanskrit word yuj, meaning to join our union. Yoga is defined as joining the individual self with the divine or universal spirit. It is a science to develop of men's consciousness. Yoga is ancient period practice. The definition of yoga given according to the different ancient philosophers are given as under: first, Patanjali, checking the impulse of mind is yoga. Maharshi Ved Vyas, yoga is attaining the pose. Lord Krishna, as quoted in Bhagavad Gita, skill in action or efficiency alone yoga. न तस्य रोगो न जरा न मृत्युः प्राप्तस्य योगानिनिमन्य sharirmam. For him who has obtained a body blaze with the fire of yoga, there is no disease, no aging, and no death. This is the meaning of this shlok. The word yoga has been derived from the Sanskrit word yuj, which means to join or to unite. और we can say आत्मा का परमात्मा से मिलन ही योग कहलाता है. योग is the union of the universal soul with the absolute or divine soul. Yoga also means the unification of physical, mental, intellectual, and spiritual aspects of a human being. Yoga is the science of development of a person's consciousness. Now we will discuss about the importance of yoga. Physical purity, cures and prevention from diseases, reduces mental tension, beautification of body, provide relaxation, keeps the correct posture of body. Yoga can be performed easily. Spiritual development, increases flexibility, reduces obesity, improves health, enhance moral and ethical values. Now here you can easily understand the importance of yoga. It is physically, social, mental, and spiritual. In physical purity prevention from diseases, beautification of body, correct posture of body, development of muscles, increase the efficiency of lungs and heart, and increases in flexibility. These are the physical importance. Now, social importance. Develop social qualities, develop social relationships. These are the importance of social. Now, mentally, reduce mental tension, provide relaxation, develop concentration power, increase memory power, increase willpower. Spiritual development through asanas increases meditation power, increases moral values, etc. Now, one by one, we will discuss the different parameters in our life regarding importance of yoga. First is physical purity. Internal organs of our body can be cleansed by various yogic exercises. The famous shloka which I have discussed or share with you, that is yogasya chitta vitti nirodha. That means through yoga you can clean your inside impurities. For outside impurities, you can take bath, you can wash your hands, you can wash your face, you can clean yourself, you can beautify yourself by applying beauty products and all. But from internal impurity, you can do yoga, and through yoga you can clean your internal impurities. So yogasya chitta vitti nirodha is the important shlok regarding yoga. Internal organs of our body can be cleansed by various yogic exercises. As per Ayurveda, our body is made of Vat, Pitta, and Kapha. To remain healthy, balance of Vat, Pitta, and Kapha in our body is necessary. Dhoti, Noli, Basti, Kapalbhati, Tretak, etc. are the yogic exercises which keep the internal organs of our body in clean state. Next is cures and prevention from diseases. Yoga not only prevents many diseases but also cures them. Yogic exercises increases the immunity of the body. Nowadays, you can see Baba Ramdev has promoting yoga, and it will also beneficial. Nowadays, due to coronavirus, everybody needs immunity. So through yoga, you can increase your immunity of the body, because for the fighting of coronavirus, your immunity system will be strong. So through yogic exercises, you can increase the immunity power of your body. Diseases such as bronchitis, sinusitis, arthritis, gastritis, asthma, high blood pressure, stress, back pain, urinary disorder, etc. can be prevented as well as can be cured by yogic exercises. Next, reduces mental tension. Yoga helps in reducing the mental tension. Pratyahar, dharana, and dhyan plays vital role in reducing the mental stress. Pratyahar, dharana, and dhyan are the elements of yoga. There are 8 elements of yoga, under which 3 are pratyahar, dharana, and dhyan. So pratyahar, dharana, and dhyan plays vital role in reducing the mental stress. And about the elements of yoga we will discuss later on, because there is a separate topic regarding elements of yoga. Asanas like Makarasan, Shavasana, Shalabhasan, and Bhujang Asan are beneficial for releasing stress and tension. We are discussing those asanas and those kriyaएं which are useful in that particular remedies, in that particular problems. So right now we are discuss about the reduces mental tension. So dharana, dhyan and pratyahar plays a vital role in reducing mental. These are the elements of yoga. Now some asanas like Makarasan, Shavasana, Shalabhasan and Bhujangasana are also beneficial for releasing stress and tension. Next, reduces obesity and beautification of body. Obesity is becoming a worldwide problem. Obesity makes a person prone to many diseases. Research studies have shown that mental tension and stress can be one of the reasons for obesity. Pranayam and yogic asanas releases mental stress, reduces obesity and makes body strong and perfect. Mayurasana is one such asana for reducing obesity and making beautiful body or beautification of body. Next is provides relaxation. Rest and relaxation are essential for removing fatigue. Research studies have shown that yogic asanas and pranayam relaxes the body and mind. Padmasana, Shavasana and Makarasana are some of such asanas. Next is keeps the correct posture of body. Postural deformities are very common nowadays due to lifestyle followed which affects efficiency negatively. Doing yoga asanas regularly, a person can not only have the correct posture but can also cure the postural deformities. Vajrasana, Sarvangasana, Mayurasana, Chakrasana and Bhujangasana etc. are the example for maintaining the correct body posture. Next, yoga can be performed easily. In fast life of today, everyone claims to be very busy. Hardly any time left for self. Doing yogic exercises need only a small space, whereas others need much of money and time. Next, spiritual development. One can have good control on mind by doing yogic exercises and move towards the spiritual heights. Padmasana and Siddhasana enhances the meditation power. Pranayam is also useful for spiritual development. Next, increases flexibility. Flexibility is very significant as it helps in movement of the body efficiently. I repeat, flexibility is very significant as it helps in movement of the body efficiently. Muscles become more flexible and prevents sports and other injuries. Chakrasana, Dhanurasana, Hal Asana, Bhujang Asana etc., are very beneficial in increasing body flexibility. Next, reduces obesity. Very common problem nowadays. Regular yogic exercise like pranayam and asanas reduces obesity. Research studies have shown that obesity is also caused by mental stress and tension. Meditative asanas are the perfect solution for this condition. So these are the importance of yoga reduces obesity. Next is improves health. Yoga not only maintains but improves our health. Muscles become more strong. Various systems of body like respiratory, circulatory, nervous, excretory, etc. become more efficient, resulting improvement in overall health. So this is all about improves health. Next, enhances moral and ethical values. Yoga is very significant for human being in present day life. By following first two steps of Ashtanga Yoga, Yam and Niyam, Ahimsa, Satya, Asatya, Santosh, Tapa, etc., these values are enhanced. An individual can attain perfect health and lead a content life by performing yogic exercises daily. So it will help in enhance moral and ethical values. Now we will discuss about the aim of yoga. The main aim of yoga is to control over the mind. This is possible only follow to eightfold path or 8 steps, also known as Ashtanga Yoga. This system was developed by Maharshi Patanjali. Now we will discuss about the brief history of yoga. You must have know about the yoga, that is yoga is our Indian origin. Nowadays whole world is following yoga as a curative measure, as a preventive measures, but yoga is our Indian heritage. So brief history of yoga I will discuss with you. Evidences shows that history of yoga is related to the Indus Valley civilization, and you know the Indus Valley civilization is 33,000 to 1300 BC. 3300 to 1300 BC. Yoga is also mentioned in Upanishad, Mahabharata, and Ramayana. Maharshi Patanjali gave Yoga Sutra around 147 BC. Now, yoga as an Indian heritage. It can be said authentically that history of yoga is as old as India's history. Yoga has the main element of Indian culture from the ancient period. So there are 8 periods which we are discussed today. First is pre-Vedic period, second is Vedic period, next Upanishadic period, epic period, Sutra period, Smriti period, medieval period, and the last is modern period. First is pre-Vedic period. Pre-Vedic period starts from 3300 to 1300 BC. The excavation of Mohenjo-daro and Harappa in Indus Valley reveals that yoga was practiced in some form at the period. Idols, statues, and seals excavated are in various yogic postures. As you seen in the picture, that they are making some kind of yogic posture. So it will clearly realize you that these are the posture which we are discussed. So it will clearly give you the evidences that the yoga was started in pre-Vedic period, or maybe before that. Next is Vedic period. Vedic period starts from 1750 to 500 BC. Some concepts of yoga which were developed later on are seen in Vedas. Yoga and yogis are not used in Vedas, but Yunjate, used in Rigveda, gives the idea of the yoga for sense control. So we have the evidences that yoga is in pre-Vedic period. Now, Upanishadic period. The real basis of yoga is found in Upanishads. Prana and nadis are important topics discussed in Upanishads. Various yogic practices and their physiological effects are mentioned in Upanishad. Kathopanishad ta yogamati manyate sthiramin midraya dharanam apramatsapada bhavati yogo hi prabhavyate. This is the shlok which clearly shows the importance of yoga. So it is clearly mentioned in our Upanishad also. Now, epic period. Ramayana and Mahabharata are the vital source of information about various types of yogic practices which were used during that period. Bhagavad Gita deals with the three parts of yoga, namely Gyan, Bhakti, and Karma. Shri Bhagwanuvacha Lok Smidhar Vidha Nishtha Pura Pratta Mayanad Gyanon Gain Sankhyana Karma Yogen Yoginam. This is mentioned in our Bhagavad Gita, and our Bhagavad Gita deals with three parts of yoga, that is namely Gyan, Bhakti and Karma. Next is Sutra period. Maharshi Patanjali gave Yoga Sutra or Yogic Sutra approximately in 147 BC. Yoga Sutra is divided into four parts. Maharshi Patanjali described Ashtanga Yoga and 8 limbs of yoga. The scriptures related to Buddhism and Jainism reveals that yoga was also a main part of life of the people. Yam, Niyam, यम, नियमासन, प्राणायाम, प्रत्याहार, धारणा, ध्यान, समाध्योय, ashtam vyagani. These are the limbs of yoga. Smriti period. Smritis were written till about 1000 AD. During this period, we find various changes in ideas, beliefs, worship and customs. Pranayam and other purification techniques were used in many religions and rituals. Next, medieval period. During this period, the two cults, Natha cult and Bhakti cult, very famous. Hatha Yoga was evolved and was very popular in Natha cult. Saints of this period were following yoga. Next is modern period. Swami Vivekanand, Yoganand, Maharshi Raman, Sri Aurobindo played important role in spreading yoga out of India. Yogacharya BKS Lingar, Baba Ramdev has inspired millions of Indians and foreigners to use yoga to make them healthy and release mental stress and tension. Now, continuing in modern period, at 69th session of UN General Assembly in New York on 27th September 2014, Prime Minister of India urged the need to celebrate International Yoga Day for the harmony and peace in the world. 21st June declared as International Yoga Day by United Nations. First International Yoga Day was celebrated on 21st of June 2015. Now, this is all about the various periods and now elements of yoga. There are 8 elements of yoga are yam, niyam, asan, pranayam, pratyahar, dharana, dhyan, samadhi. These are the 8 elements of yoga. Whole yoga is based on these elements. First is yam. Briefly we will discuss tomorrow, but today I will just give you a overview of elements of yoga. First is yam, ethical discipline. Niyam, self-observation. Asana, posture. Pranayam, breath control. Pratyahar, sense withdrawals. Dharana, concentration. Dhyan, meditation. And samadhi, the state of joy and peace. So these are the elements of yoga and we will discuss in detail tomorrow. So we will discuss next topic, that is elements of yoga, tomorrow. But today I will just give you some brief knowledge about. So I will just give you a brief description of yoga. The term yoga is derived, again I will give you the I will summarize the topic. The term yoga is derived from a Sanskrit word yuj, which means join or unite. In fact, joining the individual self with the divine or universal spirit is called yoga. It is a science of development of men's consciousness. Patanjali said the checking to impulse of mind is yoga. Maharshi Vedvyas quoted, "Yoga is attaining the pose." In Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna said, "Skill in action or efficiency alone in yoga." And now then we will discuss about the importance of yoga, that is physical, social, mental and spiritual. Then we will discuss about the various periods. Pre-Vedic, there are 8 periods that shows clearly the history of yoga, that shows clearly that yoga has been a part of our Indian heritage from 1300 to 3000 BC. So we can say that yoga plays an important role in our life, and tomorrow we will discuss about the elements of yoga. So prepare the notes and uh, read again and again, and this is very important, and I will discuss tomorrow about the elements of yoga. Thank you and have a nice day.